According to Mojang, the Nether is literally hell, and I agree. Oh, I'm gonna blow this shitty place up one day, oh my god. And that day is today. Actually, it's now. Roll the intro. My nether terrain has been pissing me off for long enough now, which is why I will blow everything up. And that's exactly the idea. A nether perimeter. But how big do I want to make it? A normal 256 block one would be too small. What about 512? Okay, never mind, that doesn't even reach all the way to my mega base. But 724 is just weird.
There. So you would need to remove about 1,000 by 1,000 area in order to get a beacon base.
Oh, how convenient. A 1000 by 1000 perimeter gives me over 6000 ancient debris, which is enough to make a full beacon, cover my entire mega base and give me all the space I need. As per usual, it's also the biggest one made by a single person, but that's not important. Alright, I've already got some experience for making a huge overworld perimeter, but for the nether there are a few extra steps required. First of all, you need to clear out an area for the world eater to even have space to run. To give me an easier access below the nether roof, I made a decently sized bedrock hole. Now, this is only a tiny portion of the bedrock I want to remove, so I opted for using a mod to increase the speed of the redstone lag bedrock breaking method. Now, because this is a 1000 by 1000 area, I can't simply make one huge tunnel board to remove the entire ceiling, but I tried anyways. The funny thing is, I used a tunnel board to make space for the tunnel board itself. It's just a long strip of some slime and redstone that can shoot TNT. The exact version is the 5x3 triple shoot tunnel board from Vitamin C. It broke. So I made another engine, splitting it into two, and it broke again. So I made another engine, making the bore only 250 wide, and now it finally worked reliably. Usually I put some dope music on this part and make a time lapse, but I'll just continue with the explanation. Every good world eater needs some trenches. Now I've tried running a 1000 wide nether world eater, and let me tell you, bad decision. Even after splitting, I could only run the game at roughly half its intended speed, which is roughly 90 PS. But honestly, that's not really a problem, because this is an ancient debris-proof world eater. After removing all chests and obsidian, I don't even have to stop it. Let's actually do that now, since it only includes some fortress chests, ruined portals, and some random blocks I placed myself. Alright, trenches. No big difference compared to the overworld, just way more lava. Making these isn't really hard, it just takes forever to clear the lava, especially in the basalt delta. No more messing around, let's make some progress. The small trenches were alright, but placing all those gravel walls took ages. For the two larger trenches I even used flying machine based lava removers, because there was simply too much. Step 3 is getting the materials for the world eater and building it. Nether world eaters are a lot denser than overworld ones because they need to delay TNT explosions and push down ancient debris while still clearing the lava. I only made the middle trench 3 wide, meaning I can build both world eaters at the same time. Almost 26,000 blocks per side will take quite some time to collect and craft, but using the farms at my disposal it should only take a few hours. Building this is gonna take a while, but I've been speedrunning the perimeter, completing everything until this point in just 2 weeks. Building timelapse, go!
say that love is blind, but I never trust its sight. When I turn and look inside, there's nothing I can find. In the silence of the night, when my demons come alive, I hear a voice disguised, telling me we're not alright.
Because of the insane lag, this took around 60 hours to run, and one of the sites even crashed at the bottom. So I used TNT to get rid of the sweepers, and I will deal with the lava later. Before I mine an entire netherite's beacon worth of ancient debris, I will continue breaking bedrock. These might just seem like random holes in the ceiling, but once I start constructing a nether hub, it will all make sense. Just let me cook for a few more months and be part of the believers. We're playing the long game after all. Alright, all the small holes are done, meaning there's just 2 big ones left on the to-do list, which I think deserve another time-lapse. The larger one is 1/8 of the size of my overworld megabase, and you might have already spotted some blackstone on the bottom of the perimeter, but I'm getting too far ahead, as always. To make sure there's no cheaty business going on, I streamed myself mining ancient debris for 5 hours straight. The end total came to over 6,000, which is enough for the beacon I promised a few minutes ago. In the future, this will be a massive building location, and I hate the bedrock floor, so instead I'll cover it using 1,000,000 blocks of blackstone. Where do I get 1,000,000 blocks of blackstone from? Bartering. After some much needed upgrades, I threw around 800,000 gold at the piglin and waited, and waited, and waited. In addition to the blackstone, I also got quartz, gravel, crying obsidian and nether bricks, which will be useful for the future. Alright, super fast placing time! God damn, the perimeter's looking cleaner than ever before, but there are still 2 more things I need to do. First things first, I need to do some update suppression for my megabase portal and the 0.0 portal. I did this in version 1.18, which was the best method at the time. 1.19 didn't look very promising, with huge update skipping machines that were barely a proof of concept. A few weeks later, this was developed and later leaked to the public, so even if I need to update suppress again, I can. Some fancy 1x1 portals to match my main storage later. There was only one thing left to do. Another perimeter. Well, kind of. Once I start making every farm for stage 2 of my master plan, I don't want to keep using this small wither skeleton farm by Ian. Instead, I want a proper one. As it turns out, there's a 1x3 crossroad fortress just outside my perimeter, and I only realized it once I was pretty much done. Not a problem though, because I need 3 million netherrack for my future nether hub. Yes, you heard me right. 3 million. I've done some research on potential nether quarries, but that doesn't really seem to be a fast one, meaning I'll just mine it by hand. We all know now is the best time to start, so here's the outline and the last time-lapse of the video. That didn't even take long, and I already collected over 500,000 netherrack, which is a great start. And that's pretty much it for this video. Next month I will release the last video of stage 1. In other words, I finished making all the space for some of the biggest single player builds on planet Earth. And you have the privilege to watch. In the next stage I will actually build every farm before starting to build my mega base in stage 3. For those of you who want to support this passion project of mine, my Patreon is linked below with exclusive world downloads and early access to 2 more videos. Statistics and cinematics on screen. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you next month.